As of 2025, 36 actors who once appeared in the cherished television series Leave It to Beaver, 1957 to 1963, have passed away, many after lives marked by quiet struggles, fading fame, and painful endings. Though they once delighted audiences in a show that idealized the innocence of mid-century American family life, their real-life journeys were often far from idyllic. Behind the black-and-white smiles and scripted lessons were individuals who faced personal hardships, battled illness, endured obscurity, or met untimely, sometimes tragic deaths. This tribute remembers not only their contributions to a classic piece of television history but also the often overlooked human stories behind the screen, stories of resilience, loss, and the enduring legacy they left behind. Hugh Bowmont, born February 16, 1909, is best remembered for his portrayal of Ward Cleaver in the iconic television series Leave It to Beaver, 1957 to 1963. As Ward, Bowmont embodied the ideal father figure, strict yet loving, a steady anchor in the family and a role model for viewers. In real life, Bowmont was a man of deep faith, having been ordained as a Methodist minister. This vocation often caused inner conflict as he navigated his acting career and religious values. A pivotal tragedy in his life occurred in 1951 when his 3-year-old son died in a car accident while Bowmont was driving, a loss that left an indelible mark on him. Although he continued acting to support his family, Bowmont no longer found joy in the profession. His marriage to Catherine Adams, the mother of their 3 children, ended in the 1970s, leaving a quiet void in his personal life. In his final years, Bowmont withdrew from public life and focused on religious films and retreats, seeking peace and spiritual solace. He passed away on May 14, 1982 at the age of 73, from a heart attack while visiting his son in Germany, bringing to a close a life marked by both admiration and personal tragedy. Barbara Billingsley, born December 22, 1915, is best known for her role as June Cleaver in the beloved series Leave It to Beaver, 1957 to 1963. Through her portrayal of June, Billingsley became the quintessential American mother, gentle, patient, and always maintaining composure in the face of her son's antics. However, her real life was far from the picture-perfect image she portrayed. Billingsley grew up in a broken home after her parents divorced when she was just 4 years old. Despite early hardships in Hollywood, she persevered and established a successful acting career. She married 3 times, with the second marriage to director Roy Kellino ending in tragedy when he passed away unexpectedly in 1956. Billingsley had 2 sons from her first marriage to Glenn Billingsley, and they remained the central focus of her life. Later in life, she quietly retired from acting and embraced her personal life. Billingsley passed away on October 16, 2010 at the age of 94 from multiple sclerosis, leaving behind a lasting legacy as a symbol of maternal grace who touched generations of viewers. Tony Dow, born April 13, 1945, gained fame as Wally Cleaver in Leave It to Beaver, 1957 to 1963. Dow portrayed the ideal teenage son, polite, calm, and a role model to his younger brother, reflecting the image of a well-adjusted adolescent in a perfect family. In contrast, Dow's personal life was far more complex and fraught with challenges. Although he initially aspired to be an athlete, Dow's path led him to acting. Despite his fame, he struggled with typecasting as Wally Cleaver, which led to bouts of depression in his adult years. After his first marriage to Carol Marlowe, with whom he had a son, Christopher, Dow found stability and peace with his second wife, Lauren Shulkint, whom he married in 1980. In addition to acting, Dow was a talented sculptor, using art as a form of healing through his struggles with mental and physical health. Later in life, Dow fought a battle with liver cancer and passed away on July 27, 2022, at the age of 77. His death marked the end of a life that, though different from the cheerful Wally Cleaver, was filled with perseverance, depth, and complexity. Ken Osmond, born June 7, 1943, became an unforgettable character in Leave It to Beaver, 1957 to 1963, as Eddie Haskell. Known for his deceptive charm, Eddie's sweet demeanor toward adults contrasted sharply with his mischievous nature when they weren't around. Osmond's portrayal of Eddie was both beloved and limiting, as he struggled with being typecast in this role. Ultimately, Osmond left Hollywood to pursue a career with the Los Angeles Police Department, where he found purpose and stability. In 1980, Osmond survived being shot 3 times while on duty, saved by his bulletproof vest, an event that marked a pivotal moment in his life. He married Sandra Purdy in 1969, and they had 2 sons, Eric and Christian, who became his greatest support. Despite a stable family life, Osman continued to battle with the psychological toll of his police work. He passed away on May 18, 2020 at the age of 76 from heart failure, closing a chapter on a life that combined the dual legacies of television fame and real-life heroism. Frank Bank, born April 12, 1942, left a lasting impression on Leave It to Beaver audiences with his portrayal of Clarence "Lumpy" Rutherford, a character who evolved from a school bully to one of Wally Cleaver's closest and most endearing friends. This comedic role brought Bank early fame, but after the series ended, he faced the loss of the spotlight and personal challenges. In the 1960s, Bank led a reckless lifestyle, struggling with alcoholism and financial instability. However, by the late 1970s, he reinvented himself as a successful stockbroker. Despite his financial success, Bank's personal life remained turbulent. He married 3 times and had 4 daughters, but his past continued to strain family relationships. Frank Bank passed away from cancer on April 13, 2013, just one day after his 71st birthday, marking the end of a life that was marked by personal redemption and regret. Stanley Fafara, born September 20, 1950, is best remembered for his role as Whitey Whitney, the mischievous yet loyal best friend of Beaver Cleaver in the iconic television series Leave It to Beaver, 1957. On screen, Whitey epitomized the cheerful, playful spirit of childhood, contributing to the show's enduring popularity. In stark contrast, Fafara's personal life was marked by significant struggles. After the series ended, he, like many child actors, faced difficulty transitioning to life outside the spotlight. His early battle with drug addiction led to years of hardship, culminating in homelessness and financial ruin. Despite multiple attempts at recovery, he was unable to overcome the challenges he faced. In his later years, Fafara lived in isolation, estranged from family and society. He tragically passed away on his 53rd birthday, September 20, 2003, due to complications from hernia surgery, leaving behind a poignant reminder of the fragility behind the lives of child stars. Sue Randall, born October 8, 1935, is widely remembered for her portrayal of Miss Alice Landers, the kind and patient elementary school teacher to Beaver Cleaver, in Leave It to Beaver, 1958. Her empathetic and calm demeanor made Miss Landers an enduring symbol of the ideal educator. However, following the end of the series, Randall's acting career faced numerous difficulties, and she only found sporadic guest roles. She found solace in her personal life, marrying James J. McSparran and raising 2 sons, but the pressures of both her career and family life were not always easy to manage. Tragedy struck when Randall was diagnosed with lung cancer, a disease linked to her long-standing smoking habit. She fought valiantly in her final years, striving to live for her children, but passed away on October 26, 1984 at the age of 49. Despite her struggles, Randall left behind a legacy of kindness, mirroring the character she portrayed on screen. Doris Packer, born May 30, 1904, made a memorable impact on audiences through her portrayal of Mrs. Cornelia Rayburn, the strict but compassionate principal in Leave It to Beaver, 1957 to 1963. Known for her refined presence, Packer was often cast in roles requiring authority, intellect, and maternal warmth. While her professional career flourished, Packer's personal life was marked by loneliness. Choosing to focus on her acting career, she never married and faced significant isolation, particularly after the death of her parents. In her later years, Packer struggled with financial difficulties, health issues, and prolonged depression. Despite the hardships, she continued to live independently until her passing on March 31, 1979, at the age of 74 from natural causes. Her life, though marked by talent and achievement, was tinged with sadness. Richard Deacon, born May 14, 1922, left a lasting impression on audiences through his portrayal of Fred Rutherford in Leave It to Beaver, 1957 to 1963. The character, often the source of humor for his pretentious and self-satisfied nature, was a stark contrast to Deacon's own life, which was characterized by refinement, education, and professionalism. Deacon, who never married, maintained a private life, leading many to speculate that he lived quietly with his sexual identity during a time when Hollywood's gay community was heavily stigmatized. Despite facing personal challenges, Deacon enjoyed a successful acting career, becoming a beloved supporting actor in numerous television and film roles. As his health began to decline in the early 1980s, Deacon passed away from a heart attack on August 8, 1984, at the age of 62. His death marked the end of a career that brought laughter to millions but was shadowed by a quiet, often lonely, personal life. Bert Mustin, born February 8, 1884, captivated audiences with his role as Gus the fireman, a warm and wise figure in Leave It to Beaver, 1957 to 1963. Gus provided guidance and support to the children on the show, becoming an inspirational role model. Mustin's acting career began later in life, after he retired from his job in the insurance industry. Though his professional life was fulfilling, he faced personal sorrow, particularly due to his inability to have children with his wife, Frances. After her death in 1960, Mustin continued acting as a way to cope with his grief, but his health gradually deteriorated. He passed away on January 28, 1977, at the age of 92 from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances and a life marked by both fulfillment and personal loss. Madge Blake, born on May 31, 1899, gained fame for her portrayal of Mrs. Margaret Mondello, the anxious yet loving mother of Larry Mondello, in Leave It to Beaver, 1958. Blake's character resonated with audiences for her warmth, humor, and protective nature, embodying the archetype of the caring, though often overbearing, mother. However, Blake's personal life was far from as easygoing. Despite being married to James for many years, they were unable to have children, which left her feeling isolated and lonely. Additionally, Blake faced financial instability and professional challenges throughout her career. Health problems, including a stroke in 1967, further hindered her ability to work and affect her mobility. Blake spent her final years in relative solitude, and on February 19, 1969, she passed away at the age of 69 following a heart attack, marking the end of a life marked by personal and professional struggles. Karen Sue Trent, born on March 14, 1948, is best known for her role as Penny Woods, the spirited and competitive girl who often challenged Beaver Cleaver in Leave It to Beaver, 1960. Though Trent's early career showed promise, she struggled with the transition from child actor to adult roles, finding limited success in her later career. Her personal life was turbulent, marked by 2 divorces that caused her considerable emotional distress. These personal challenges mirrored her professional struggles, and eventually Trent withdrew from the entertainment industry to seek a quieter, more private life. Unfortunately, the stress of her experiences took a toll on her health, and on February 20, 2022, she passed away at the age of 73 after a long battle with colon cancer, closing a chapter in her life that was defined by both professional and personal difficulties. Cheryl Holddridge, born on June 20, 1944, is remembered for her portrayal of Julie Foster, one of Wally Cleaver's sweet and supportive girlfriends, in Leave It to Beaver, 1959. Holddridge's charm and beauty made her a fan favorite, and before joining the series she had already established herself as a member of the popular Mickey Mouse Club. Her personal life took a significant turn when she married millionaire race car driver Lance Reventlow, only to suffer the tragedy of his death in a plane crash in 1972. This loss pushed Holddridge away from acting, and she dedicated herself to charity work, although the emotional scars of her grief remained. After 2 subsequent marriages which did not produce children, Holddridge lived a largely private life. In her later years she was diagnosed with lung cancer, and after a silent battle with the illness, she passed away on January 6, 2009, at the age of 64, leaving behind a legacy shaped by both sorrow and sacrifice. Madge Kennedy, born on April 19, 1891, is known for her role as Aunt Martha Bronson, the conservative but kind relative of the Cleaver family, in Leave It to Beaver. Kennedy had been a prominent star during the silent film era, enjoying fame and wealth. However, as the industry transitioned to sound films, her career began to wane, and she chose to retire from acting. By the time she appeared on Leave It to Beaver in 1957, Kennedy was largely forgotten by Hollywood, though she greatly appreciated the opportunity to return to the screen. Her personal life was marked by sorrow, particularly after the death of her husband Harold in 1934. She never remarried and lived a solitary life, often reflecting on her earlier years of fame. In her later years, as her health declined, Kennedy lived quietly until her death on June 9, 1987, at the age of 96, bringing an end to a life marked by both triumph and tragedy. Kirk Patrick, born on October 2, 1897, is remembered for his role as the friendly, down-to-earth garbage man in Leave It to Beaver, 1958. With years of experience in both television and film, Kirkpatrick appeared in many minor roles throughout his career. Despite a stable professional life, his personal life was largely private. He married Mary and had 2 children, but his dedication to his work led to a growing distance in his relationship. As he aged, opportunities in Hollywood became less frequent, leading to feelings of isolation. Despite maintaining a positive public persona, Kirk Patrick struggled with financial difficulties and health problems, particularly heart disease. He passed away on August 9, 1976, at the age of 78 from a heart attack, marking the end of a quiet yet challenging life. Diane Brewster, born on March 11, 1931, is best remembered for her role as Miss Canfield, the kind and gentle second-grade teacher to Beaver Cleaver in Leave It to Beaver, 1957. Brewster's early career showed great promise, but she stepped away from the spotlight after marrying Dr. James E. Walker in 1959. The couple had 2 children whom Brewster devoted herself to, yet she often struggled with the balance between her dream of returning to acting and her responsibilities as a wife and mother. While her family life seemed peaceful, the pressure of these competing desires, along with the demands of the Hollywood industry, took a significant toll on her health. In her later years, Brewster developed heart disease, and after a prolonged battle, she passed away from heart failure on November 12, 1991, at the age of 60. Jean Vanderpwell, born on October 11, 1919, is best known for her portrayal of Mrs. Woods, the nurturing stepmother in Leave It to Beaver, 1959. Growing up in New Jersey, Vanderpwell's passion for acting blossomed early, leading her to participate in school plays and later pursue studies at the University of California. Her warm personality and vocal talents eventually led her to iconic roles in animated series, most notably voicing Wilma Flintstone in The Flintstones. Vanderpwell's personal life included both joy and hardship. She married twice and had 1 son, but her first marriage ended in divorce, which marked a challenging period in her life. Known for her kindness and enthusiastic support for others, Vanderpwell left a lasting impact on those around her. She passed away on April 10, 1999, at the age of 79, following a battle with lung cancer, which she faced with remarkable grace. Wendell Holmes, born on August 17, 1914, is remembered for his role as Mr. Blair in Leave It to Beaver, 1958. Raised in a small town, Holmes developed a passion for acting while in high school and later attended the University of California, Los Angeles. Known for his portrayal of strict yet fair characters, Holmes drew on his personal experiences as a teacher to bring authenticity to his roles. Despite his professional success, Holmes faced personal challenges, including early financial struggles and troubled marriages, which ultimately left him without children. Tragically, Wendell Holmes passed away on April 27, 1962, at the age of 47 from a sudden heart attack, a loss that deeply affected his colleagues and friends in the industry. Claudia Brier, born on May 18, 1918, is best known for her role as the librarian in Leave It to Beaver, 1958. Raised in a family that valued education, Brier developed a love for literature and acting, which she pursued through college and later on stage, before transitioning to film and television. As the librarian in Leave It to Beaver, Brier's character was a knowledgeable and caring figure who provided guidance to the younger characters. Despite the personal challenges she faced, including the loss of her husband, Brier remained resilient and found solace in her acting career and the friendships she formed within the industry. She had 1 daughter, of whom she was very proud. Claudia Brier passed away on June 16, 2011, at the age of 93 from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of warmth and wisdom through her performances. John Hoyt, born on October 5, 1905, made a lasting impact with his role as clothier in Leave It to Beaver, 1958. Hoyt's early passion for the arts led him to pursue acting after completing his studies at the University of Washington. With his commanding presence and authoritative voice, Hoyt found success in both television and film, often portraying powerful figures. While his professional life was marked by achievement, Hoyt's personal life was riddled with tragedy, including the death of his first wife, which left him deeply affected. Though he remarried later, his second marriage was strained by his demanding career. Hoyt had 1 daughter who also pursued a career in the arts. He passed away on September 15, 1991, at the age of 85, after a courageous battle with lung cancer. Edgar Buchanan, born on March 20, 1903, was a distinguished actor, best known for his portrayal of Captain Jack in Leave It to Beaver, 1957. Hailing from a small town in Oregon, Buchanan initially pursued a career in veterinary medicine before discovering his passion for acting. With his natural talent and sharp sense of humor, He quickly established a successful career in both stage and film, particularly in Western genres. Despite his professional accomplishments, Buchanan faced personal struggles, including the profound loss of his first wife. He remarried, and his second wife was a steadfast support throughout his career. Although Buchanan had no children, he remained deeply devoted to his family and friends. He passed away on April 4, 1979 at the age of 76, due to complications from a stroke and pneumonia, leaving behind a rich legacy in the entertainment industry. Ed Prentice, born on September 9, 1908, is remembered for his role as Mr. Bailey in Leave It to Beaver, 1962. A California native, Prentice developed a love for acting as a teenager and later studied theater at UCLA. His portrayal of Mr. Bailey, a stern yet fair character, resonated with audiences, showcasing his dependable authority. While Prentice's career flourished, he faced personal challenges, particularly in supporting his family amidst the competitive entertainment industry. He enjoyed a long and happy marriage and was a devoted father to his 3 children, who brought him immense joy. Prentice passed away on March 19, 1992 at the age of 83, leaving behind a legacy of memorable characters that continue to resonate with fans. Margaret Reynolds, born on August 12, 1917, is best known for her role as Mrs. Murdoch in Leave It to Beaver, 1960. Raised in Hollywood, Reynolds was introduced to the entertainment world at an early age. She quickly achieved success as an actress, known for her charm and grace, and appeared in numerous films before transitioning to television. In her role as Mrs. Murdoch, Reynolds portrayed a caring and supportive mother, reflecting the values she held dear in her own life. Despite her career success, Reynolds faced significant personal challenges, including a difficult marriage that ended in divorce. She raised her daughter with love and dedication, and she passed away on February 1, 1997 at the age of 79, from congestive heart failure. Reynolds left a lasting impression on her family, friends, and fans alike. Frank Wilcox, born on March 13, 1907, is best remembered for his role as the district court judge in Leave It to Beaver, 1958. Raised in Kansas in a family with a theatrical background, Wilcox developed an early passion for the performing arts. After honing his craft on stage, he transitioned to film and television, where his commanding presence made him a sought-after actor for authoritative roles. Though successful in his career, Wilcox faced personal challenges, including the pressures of providing for his family in the fluctuating entertainment industry. He was married twice and had 2 children, both of whom pursued careers outside the entertainment field. Wilcox tragically passed away from a heart attack on March 3, 1974, at the age of 66, a loss that deeply affected his family and colleagues. Catherine Warren, born on June 12, 1905, is best known for her role as Mrs. Prescott in Leave It to Beaver, 1957. Coming from a theatrical family, Warren developed an early passion for the arts and studied acting at a prestigious drama school. Her portrayal of Mrs. Prescott, a stern yet fair character, provided a strong counterbalance to the Cleaver family's more lenient parenting style. In addition to her work in film and stage, Warren endured significant personal hardships, including the death of her first husband during World War II, a loss that profoundly impacted her. She later remarried and had a daughter, who became a great source of pride in her life. Catherine Warren passed away on July 17, 1965, at the age of 60, after a courageous battle with cancer, leaving behind a legacy of inspiration and strength. Henry Hunter, born on October 9, 1907, is best remembered for his portrayal of Mr. Briggs in Leave It to Beaver, a role he took on in 1960. Raised in the Midwest, Hunter discovered his passion for acting through local theater before relocating to California to further pursue a career in film and television. He was frequently cast in roles requiring a commanding presence, often portraying stern, authoritative characters. In his role as Mr. Briggs, Hunter skillfully balanced leadership with a gentler side, showcasing a multifaceted performance that resonated with audiences. Despite his professional success, Hunter faced personal challenges, including a difficult marriage that ultimately ended in divorce. He had 2 children who remained an important part of his life. Hunter passed away on May 25, 1985 at the age of 77 from natural causes, leaving behind a lasting legacy of strong, memorable performances that continue to be cherished by his fans. Thank you for watching the video. How do you feel about the passing of the actors from Leave It to Beaver? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to stay updated with our latest videos.